I mean, for George to use the word terrifying about himself is the most laughable thing I've ever heard. George is a very technical guy, but there's nothing terrifying about him in the slightest. There's nothing remotely scary about him whatsoever. Now, do I respect his wrestling credentials? Of course I do. That's why I brought in way better wrestlers. These guys were throwing me around like a bloody, they were tossing me on my head left, right, and centre. But guess what? They're not tossing me on my head anymore. So if George can get it done, God bless him. If George can beat me, raise his hand and say, well done. I've got no injuries. I've had the best camp of my life. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm knocking out sparring partners every single sparring session. Now, of course, that sounds like tough talk, but it really is true. I'm knocking people out. I'm a knockout artist now with punches, kicks, you name it. People are dropping like flies, and Georges St-Pierre will be the next one to get dropped. I guarantee you, I see more aggression out of my wife when it's Christmas shopping than what we'll see out of George in Madison Square Garden. He's going to fight the same way he always fights. Listen, he's saying he's reinvented the wheel and he's going to do something different. But here's the fact, and George knows this. When you're under pressure, you fight the way you fight. You go back to your comfort zone. You go back to the things you like to do. And he's going to look to take me down. And that's granted. That's within the skill set. That's within the rules. It is mixed martial arts. It's not a boxing contest. It's not kickboxing. So God bless him.
I don't really have something to prove. I do it because I want to live my life to the fullest. Why would I would not want to come back? Fighting Michael Bisping for the title in the Madison Square Garden, this mythical place, I would be fooled to not take this opportunity. A lot of people will want to be in my shoes and they are not, and have an opportunity, something I'm gonna do that I'm gonna have a memory and that I'm gonna cherish for the rest of my life. So, just think about it. I think I'm very privileged to be in this position, and I do it to live my life. That's why I do it, and I'm gonna make it story. I took away a lot of the stuff that was sort of useless that I used to do before, and I've been training really hard, but I didn't do as much volume. I stay fresh, injury free, and I'm very happy, which gonna make me a lot more dangerous. And I'm not burned out in my head. I'm very happy. I live the present moment, and I'm happy to live that moment.
You can't do this forever, and as George knows, George should have stayed retired. He would have been forever being a legend, but he didn't. He's come out of retirement, and he's fallen into the trap that everyone falls into. He thinks he can beat me. He looks at me on TV and goes, oh, yeah, he's an easy fight. I'll come out of retirement. I'll beat this thing. I'll be the middleweight champion and be a legend. And he's fallen into that trap that people fall for.